Hello friends, this is Sasha with Harmony Air. I just wanted to share with you my experience here. I'm on site. This site, we had an installation over here previously with, it's a whole house backup. And what you're seeing right now, this is a replacement system. What we had over here before is a Pomcube system that we did backup for the entire house. So basically we tried to make it work for over 2 years. We had 3 Pomcube systems in parallel, and unfortunately, as much as I wanted to and as much as I was trying to, and we were doing everything possible and working with the manufacturer and technical support, and unfortunately Pomcube does not work in parallel. It just never worked from day one. Every power outage, the system would shut down. It didn't provide. Maybe it worked for in some occasions, but we wouldn't know about it because we were getting consistent calls from the homeowner that the system was shutting down randomly. The customer was losing power to the house on in random situations and unrelated events, with or without power outages. Basically, the system was just not stable, and during random times it would just shut down for sometimes for a minute, sometimes for 2 minutes, sometimes for 2 hours. Then it would restart, and the power would get restored to the home. Sometimes it wouldn't restart on its own, and a manual restart would be needed. And we tried everything over and over with the manufacturer and technical support. Nothing worked. Basically, the homeowner had no battery backup, even though they had 60 kilowatts of battery capacity and 3 inverters, 12.5 kilowatt each. So basically it was supposed to just work, but for whatever reason, electronics or software or whatever it is, and in spite of what the manufacturer promised, and they said certainly Pomcube is capable, no problem, but it clearly did not work. And it wasn't an installation issue. I would say with certainty, with 2 projects where we tried parallel, they just don't work in parallel. As an individual Pomcubes, I like them. As a single unit, yes, they seem to work, but as a parallel, they need to work on it and fix it and do better software and better electronics, because the way they sell in the equipment right now, I would not recommend it to anyone to use Pomcube in parallel. So I had to replace the system, and what we did something that is proven and working. We used 2 Sol-Ark 15Ks together, and we used FNS batteries. Basically FNS used in Sacred Sun modules. So this is the second FNS installations that we have done, and I would say the cabinets are kind of well made, in my opinion, easy to wire. They come with pretty much everything you need. And so just a couple of notes that I wanted to share. The FNS, I hope they soon will do that, but for now the system doesn't come with installation manual. You have to download it. And as far as the communication goes, each FNS Sacred Sun module, it has its own internal BMS, And so they all talk to each other, as many modules as you have. Like in our case, we have 12 modules. They all digitally talk to each other, and then from the last module, you run a Cat5 wire to the Sol-Ark or whatever inverter you're using. So just as a tip, because it's not in the manual and we had issues with communication, BMS communication to the inverter, it's not enough to do just a Cat5 wire. You have to use only the terminals that are required for this installation. So for example, we connected it to CAN bus battery on a Sol-Ark right there. That's the wire, and we needed to use only on the wire the leads number 1 and number 2. If we used more than them, then it won't communicate. So it's very important. And that's, of course, we didn't know. We had to call technical support, and they said, oh, cut the rest of the wires. So on a Cat5 connector, only lead 1 and 2 supposed to be connected. The rest should be off. And then when we go to the battery setup, we want BMS lithium battery 01. So if any of you installing FNS on Sol-Ark, this might help you. Another tip that I would like to give to those of you who are installing Sol-Arks, different people do it in a different way. I like to do the raceway, and the raceway I connected directly from underneath with chase nipples straight to the inverters. That makes it easier to bring the wires in. But the neutral bar, you can see it right there in the back, it's located further in from the knockout. So what happens if you're doing a whole house backup like we did, and it's a 4/0 copper wire, the copper wire is so stiff that to bring it through here and get it to that neutral bar in the back, it's really difficult. So in the future, what I'll do, and I also would suggest those of you who are doing this, make another knockout directly underneath the neutral bar. So when you bring in your 4/0 wire, it comes straight into the bus bar, and not you don't need to do this awkward, really tough offset bend right inside this very tight space. You have like 3 inches over here to work. So that's I guess all the tips that I can give. There is nothing other than this. There's nothing very special. I guess another nice thing that I would recommend is this is the first time we used that, but it's actually ended up pretty nice. We used Victron Lynx bus bar, and it's actually a very nice unit. It's a small but easy to work on bus bar, and it was very easy to work with. And I put it in this combiner box, so it's rated to 1000 amps, so easy to connect to. It has both negative and a positive bar inside. It just made it easier installation, and the cost of this enclosure with the Lynx 1000 was dramatically less than let's say other solutions that cost a lot more. And of course, if breakers are needed, you know, this type of enclosures, they have an option for breakers that can be installed in it directly. In our case, we do have 250 amp breaker on each battery, and we also have breakers in each of the Sol-Arks, so we have isolation from both sides. So I didn't feel like we have a need for extra breakers inside this enclosure, just a combiner with the bus bar in it. So I guess that's those are all the tips that I can come up with. Hopefully somebody could make use of those tips, and of course, if you have any comments or questions, you're welcome to get in touch. Well, have a good day, guys, and enjoy the video. Thank you. Bye-bye.